All right, my friends, what's going on? This is Dave Sharp. Welcome to another episode of Wake Up Legendary. I can tell you, I am feeling legendary this morning. There are some mornings that I am not, and I have to wake up legendary. I woke up legendary this morning. Just already have been on a training, had a great morning, and I'm excited to speak to our guest this morning. Help me to welcome to our show virtual stage. Okay, Ruben Hernandez, what's going on, my brother?
Hey, Dave. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome, man. You're welcome. Where are you calling in from?
Wichita, Kansas, USA, right in the middle of the country.
Wow, man. Wow.
Yes,
I don't know
sir.
if I've spoke to anybody in Wichita, Kansas
Yep,
before.
yep. We're the right smack dab in the middle of the country, the air capital of the world. All we do is build airplanes. That's all we
Okay, and
do.
that's exactly what you've been doing for the
That's
past 25 years.
that's exactly what I'm doing for the last 25 years. I'm the stereotypical entrepreneur, and I'm not
Okay.
really happy to say that, but that's sort of what my story is.
Okay, so you've tried other businesses, you've always dabbled, and
Absolutely.
what led you to Legendary in online marketing?
Well, like you said, I've been in aircraft for 25 years, and for the 25 years, I've always had a side business. I had a vending machine business. I had a bounce house rental business for the last 15 years. I just sold a couple years ago, and I was about to go full time with that.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I've always had another side hustle on the side, but I've never really had enough money to quit my full time job. Okay, so what happened was when I had the bounce house rental business, I started to learn how to do web SEO design and
Mm.
that kind of stuff. So that sort of led me to, it was a natural transition over to like affiliate marketing because I already knew how to market my business myself. So when I
Mm.
came to the point where I decided to walk away from the bounce house business, I
Yeah.
had all these marketing skills, and I have always heard about affiliate marketing, but I didn't know exactly what it was exactly. So that sort of led me just the normal transition from marketing my own business to finding affiliate marketing. That's sort of how that happened.
Gotcha. And how did things make sense for you? Was it the 15-day challenge? Did you go through that and you got clarity and you decided that you liked our community and you were looking at other people? Tell us a little bit about how you found clarity about what affiliate marketing was and why you decided to start with that business model.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I was sort of a traditional SEO website builder, and so affiliate marketing was sort of backwards. I don't know exactly how to explain this. Where you're more one on one. Affiliate marketing made more sense because I could actually directly talk to the customer via a sales funnel instead of just building a website and just throwing a broad net out there. With affiliate marketing, it made sense to me because I was able to build a little sales funnel and target the exact person that I wanted. So it cut to the chase. With your program, I was able to streamline exactly what I wanted, target exactly who I wanted, and the sales process made so much sense, and it made my life so much easier through your course to ultimately get to the goal of what I wanted to do. If that
Yeah.
made sense. I'm sorry, I was sort
It
of.
does. I mean, if anybody's not familiar with SEO and building blogs, I mean, basically it's setting up a WordPress site, which is something that, you need a hosting account and you can pretty much upload a WordPress site to that hosting account. And you just kind of begin writing articles. You begin putting content on the blog and you're targeting specific keywords or key phrases that people might be typing into
Right.
Google. So for example, you might have an RV blog, and so you're going to write articles about what are the best RVs to buy under $50,000, because you're thinking, what will somebody type into Google? And then on
Right.
that blog, maybe you have I don't know, a guide or books or courses or some sort of affiliate links out to various things that you're selling on that blog. And the challenge with that, it's a great model, but you have to be dedicated for a long period of time.
Absolutely.
And it's really it's it's a solid foundation of a business if you're committed to it long time, but it's slower than molasses. What else would you add to that, or was that kind of
Yeah,
spot on?
absolutely. That was sort of what what the attraction to affiliate marketing was, because affiliate marketing is actually, as you well know, is passive income. So like you said, when I'm building a website, the SEO process is just slower. So it's time consuming. And with my story, with me still working a 9 to 5 job and having to work 50 hours a week, having to come home and then continuously uh, building websites, continuously updating websites, and continuously the SEO world is always changing. It's always changing. So you have to keep up with everything. So it really is trading time for money. You continuously are working. What I was doing was creating another job for myself. Whereas affiliate marketing, my goal was to create passive income. Okay. And that's what the business model of affiliate marketing does, is it absolutely creates passive income. But my goal is I like to sort of join both worlds, because I believe there's a place for both of them, as far as being an affiliate marketer, building the simple sales funnels that are really automated and can create passive income via there. But I think as a business model, just in general, I think an affiliate marketer has to have both worlds, because I think you have to have a website to act as a hub for your business.
Yeah.
So I think that's maybe the challenge that I'm trying to do, is that I'm trying to join the two worlds, where I want to have affiliate marketing, I want to have passive income, I want to build sales funnels, but at the same time, I want to have an entity of a website for long-term, for my long-term goal of having an affiliate marketing / digital marketing business online and omnipresent. Sort of what I'm saying.
And really, it's just about driving traffic.
It absolutely is.
So in terms of your approach, since you already know a bit about blogging and
Right.
and kind of ranking content
Right.
online for various different niches or search terms, you can never have too much traffic
Absolutely.
online.
Absolutely.
So if we know that you're building up, we just threw up your TikTok handle, Ruben Hernandez J1
Right.
on TikTok, and you've
Right.
built that profile up to over 40,000 followers.
That was wild.
And also we talk about multiple streams of income, but on the internet, multiple streams of income, what more importantly is a better thing to talk about is multiple streams of traffic, which
Right.
you are also doing with still blogging. So we'll talk
Right.
about that in a second, but I want to, more in a second, how you're blogging, give us some tips on that. But first, since you said that was crazy about the TikTok 40,000 followers, what happened? What's been crazy, and how has that gone for you?
I'm really not an outgoing person as far as being comfortable on the cameras, and I don't know how I'm doing now, but
Great. By the way, great. Awesome.
Okay, well, thank you for that. Like I said, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just sort of going on a whim here. But anyways, once I found TikTok, I just sort of got on there. I just said, what the hell? Just let's see what happens, right? So the first month, I did have some success. I had a couple thousand followers. Hey, well, that's pretty cool. At the same time, in my mind, I'm trying to figure out, okay, am I going to build a ClickFunnels website? Am I going to build a WordPress website? So I had that in the back of my mind, but I thought, well, I got plenty of time. I'm not, the first month I really didn't get any leads for a couple of weeks. So I thought I had plenty of time, right? So anyways, about the close to the end of the second month, I started to get another couple of thousand followers. And I thought, okay, 2,000 followers a month. I haven't quite figured out exactly how I'm going to do the sales funnel, WordPress site stuff. But then at the end of that second month, in one night, I went up 15,000 followers in one night. So at that point, I was just blown away. Not for one that, we all have this complex of, who'd want to follow me or whatever, but it just blew my mind that overnight I had 15,000 more people that want to follow me, and then I was really failing forward, because at that point, overnight, I had 25,000 followers, but I didn't have my funnel set up correctly, because it was a crossbreed sort of between my WordPress site and then the landing, squeeze pages and sales pages that you provide. And I had a double opt-in on there. Like I had leave an email twice. I had it all messed up. But to answer your question, with the traffic, TikTok was a wild ride. I just continuously gained followers, and I'm trying to learn exactly who my market is, because at first I was getting a lot of Hispanic people, then I was getting a lot of older people, and then I was getting a lot of UK people. So part of the challenge for me now, not only driving traffic, is trying to find out who the heck am I talking to, who can relate with me, who do I resonate with. So that's sort of where I'm at with that.
What have you discovered about who you're talking to, and what are some of the looming questions that you still have that you're trying to answer right now?
Well, one of the common factors, one of the common feedbacks that I get is because I'm an older gentleman. I think I come across with this trust factor, so people tend to trust me, and I think that's, I don't know my face, or maybe just I seem like an older gentleman, wiser guy. Not that I'm an old man or anything, but I think that people trust me to that effect. And I think that my biggest obstacle maybe would just be to find my target demographic so I can target them exactly and talk exactly to them, because I am really confused at this point. And I don't have any problem, saying that, because I'm trying to fail forward, and I use
Yeah.
that again because I love that phrase. I'm
Yeah.
trying to find exactly who I'm talking to so I can say, hey, like for you, Dave, I'm talking to you. This is exactly what you need to do. This is exactly where I am.
Yeah. Well, I just want to give you some feedback on that question and on
Mhm.
that issue, because um, the answer for you, I think, is right there in front of you. In the challenge that I think we have is we want to cast too big of a net sometimes.
Right.
We don't want to leave anybody out. And what happens is we end up trying to speak to everybody and we speak to nobody. And so I think that what's important, yes, we need to figure out who we're talking to, who but if let's just pretend that everybody was you, right?
Right.
Everybody was you. Just pretend that everybody was you. Everybody was your same age and had your same challenges. Because are you marketing products in the make money online niche?
Yes.
Okay. So what's most important is that you understand the problems that the person is having, that is would be interested in the solutions that you're selling, right?
Right.
That you're marketing. And what those problems are, or those pain points are tell me, what are the pain points that you have or have had that have made you interested in wanting to make money online?
Well, I think if I'm speaking to people directly, like me, I would
To
reassure
you, we'll
them.
talk about. Tell me your exact pain points and what's driven you specifically.
Oh, okay. So what's driven me to want to
Yeah,
leave my 9 to 5 to go to affiliate marketing?
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Well, like I said before, I've been with aircraft company for 25 years, and it is a great job, and I do have great benefits, and I was able to support my family through the whole time. So in a
sure.
perfect world, someone would say, "Yeah, you got it, man. You got it there, right?" But I've always had this void. I've always wanted to have my own business. I wanted to have my own thing. I wanted to live on my own terms. So I sort of think that lots of
Keep
times in this
keep going with
space,
that. Keep going with
yeah.
that. Keep it. Talk about your story. Tell me what your points are.
Okay, what
Stay
what
with that.
what my point is I'm tired of always going into my 9 to 5 job every day and not feeling fulfilled. I go in
Mhm.
there, and the mindset of all them people there are just sort of just the humdrum, going through the motions. It's a factory blue collar setting.
Yeah.
And I'm walking around, and I've always had with my head in the clouds, so to speak. I've always wanted something more. I've always wanted to be for myself. I think myself, not to go into my whole not a victim mentality or my background, but I do
No,
come
no.
from a
Speak
rougher.
it.
I
Speak it. Speak it.
Okay,
Don't be
well,
afraid. Just speak it.
I do come from a little rougher background and a poorer background, and I
Yeah.
think, no, I'm not saying I think, I know that I broke the generational curse.
Mm.
Because I come from a line of people of a family that's poorer. We really haven't had a lot of opportunity, or a lot of we come from a poor family. So
Yeah.
with me, I broke the generational curse by having a steady job and raising my kids, and I've been married for 20 years. So I've totally went across the grain and changed everything, right? So now, even from that aspect, whenever people say from my neighborhood or from my area, they say, "Man, Ruben's bougie. He's a uppity. He got this big time job. Because my job is in Wichita. Like I said, we build aircraft. That is a good job." So they say,
Mhm.
"Man, he's bougie. He's this. He's that." And then he came from the neighborhood, and now he's doing this. But me, I still want more. Not only I want more for me. I think it's my turn. A lot of people in this space don't want to work the 9 to 5 their whole life. I did it for 30 years, so I'm like the opposite of that.
Yeah.
I'm looking to retire in the next 3 years, maybe
Mm.
sooner. The way things are scaling, maybe sooner, because I want to retire. I want to do it for me, for my
Yeah.
family, and I want the freedom, and I want the
Yeah.
opportunity to finally live. I've been putting in work for my whole family, which is fine. I've been putting in work for the whole family, and they're all provided, and they got everything, and they're good to go. And now it's going to be my turn. That's
Mm.
what I'm waiting for. Okay, that makes sense.
Now, I don't know about any of y'all who was listening in right there, but if I came across that video, we just took that clip and that was on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, I don't care where I found it. Somebody just held a phone up to my face and was like, listen to this guy real quick. I would be like, I feel that right now. I feel that.
Well, thank you, Dave. You actually brought that out of me. I didn't know how he's going to do this, what was going on. And you brought it out, man, because sometimes people are a little hesitant to bring it out. I don't want to.
Right. Well, you see, it's in there. And when you speak your pain points, your own personal story about a product or why you pursued a particular venture product, I would, if we were sitting here talking about, we were sitting here talking about a health supplement or a pill, and you were like, look, all my whole life, I've wanted to get ripped. I've wanted this six pack. I've walked around. I took my shirt off and I felt embarrassed, like I had a dad bod or a little flab hanging over, or man boobs or whatever, right? And now look at my six pack. I'm finally got it. It's my turn, right? Right. So and now I want you to check this out because it worked really well for me. So my point is that it's less, I got to figure out less who exactly the person is that I'm talking to and figure out more what are my pain points that I can talk about, that I can share honestly, vulnerably, right? That I can, that when I share them, it hits other people in the gut. And then you know what? The right people who are attracted, who do trust you. You know what? It might be an older crowd. It might be a Hispanic crowd. We don't know yet, right? We don't know yet. It's less important to know exactly who I'm targeting and more important to figure out and go inside me and bring up that good shit that's in
that's making so much sense. It's almost like I'm doing it backwards instead of trying to figure out
exactly.
And see, that's my analytical brain with the SEOs. I'm trying to target everything. Whereas what you said, like you just brought it out on me, that I need to just be me and tell my story, and then that's going to happen. Yeah,
and you, be me is a generalized statement. It's I need to figure out a way to tap into some emotion. Right. I need to tap into some passion. I need to tell a story. That's what I need to do as a marketer. I don't need to, I need to figure out what story can I tell that people that will touch on the pain points that people will say, son of a bitch, it's my time too. I've been working my ass off for this boss, this job that I like, that I'm grateful for, or that I hate, that I whatever. Right. You know what? It's my time now.
It's absolutely.
And I've put in my work. I've taken care of everybody else my entire life. And it's my time. You know what that does psychologically to people? It from a marketing standpoint, right? Because it's all about psychology, right?
Right.
We do want to understand people. What that does when I tell the story that you just told is that taps into that sort of almost like nature of I'm not calling you self-centered.
Yeah.
But everybody, there's a law of self-preservation.
Nice. Yeah, exactly.
Everybody wants something for themselves.
Right.
They want to be first in line. They want the best. We want what's best for ourselves.
That's exactly it. Right. Once I talked to my wife, my wife has been totally supportive of the whole deal, is I sort of tell her, because my youngest son is 15. So in 3 years, he's going to be 18, of course. So my daughter just started college now. Okay. And I have their college is basically paid for. Okay. At that point in 3 years, my son's going to be graduated. Okay. And I have everything, all my ducks lined up in a row.
Yeah.
So there in my mind, and I think I can justify, not that I have to, I can justify saying, you know what, I did bam, bam, bam. Now it's me. Now it's my turn. My turn to my thing. And then I don't think that's going to be a problem, because I've always been able to make money. I've always been able to succeed. That's never, had the opportunity, like I said, the true entrepreneur, afraid to leave my job. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But now I'm going to be afforded the opportunity because of this program, because this community, the people that I'm with have been awesome. They've been, man, just been teaching me, and it's just, man, it's an awesome ride, and I'm ready for me.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people can relate to that, and it's for most of us who have tried things in the past, whether it was a vending machine business
Right.
or whether it was, it's there's tons of products that are absolutely game changing, life changing, save lives, whatever, that are sitting collecting dust on a shelf because the creator, the founder, or the inventor couldn't tell a powerful story about the product.
Exactly.
Right. And so what we need to do is we need to figure out, which is why my number one thing for over a decade now in this business has been story selling. I need to figure out how to unleash that inner, passion and vulnerability, and I need to be willing to talk about those ugly pain points that I might think are embarrassing or whatever, because that allows people to kind of relate. And until I can get somebody to say, I am having that pain too. See, we touch on people's pain points and get them to listen to us. One of the best ways is by telling our own story, not just looking in the camera and saying, do you hate your job? Do you hate your boss?
Right.
Do you, right? I mean, because we can do that, but it gets old when we have somebody screaming at us, trying to just pitch us. That feels like a pitch.
Absolutely.
Whereas nowadays, marketing, native style marketing, where we're just creating content like all the other content creators out there, is better. It's better absorbed by our viewers, our potential customers, when we tell it in a less threatening way.
Absolutely.
To where it lowers their buying defenses, because we're just telling our own story. And that's why I asked you, what's driving you? What are your pain points? Now, what's going to happen as you tell that story, and that becomes your message that you just told. And I want you to go back and listen to this, and I want you to crystallize this and clarify this, is you're going to see the people who resonate with you. There will be some commonalities with your customers. Maybe they'll be Hispanic, as you said. Maybe they'll be 40 to 60. Maybe they'll be 50 to 55. We don't know yet. But that's less important to focus on them right now, right? And more important to figure out how to unlock some of these hesitancies that we have to communicate a powerful message and a powerful story. Does that make sense?
That makes so much sense. And then with all the different social media platforms out there, it makes it so easy to be able to relay that message out there.
Yeah.
Just like I said, just with TikTok, and I started venturing out on Pinterest and Instagram Reels, well, of course, a lot of people are doing that, but yeah, now I feel a lot better that you made me come out and say it, because I was probably lacking in that area. I was probably lacking in the area of them saying, okay, who's this guy that's on TikTok pointing around saying, you tired of working, you tired of this? And instead of being the genuine myself, and I do have a story to tell, and it's mine. It's genuine, and it's going to resonate with somebody. So I'm learning a lot right now. Like I said, I'm loving it right now. You're throwing knowledge right now. I love it.
Well, it's just experience, man. I mean,
absolutely.
It's just being in the marketing game for a long time, and just seeing what works and what doesn't. And after a while, I have focused so many times on other stuff over a decade, and what always works, what's built this company, what's built other ventures in the past, has always been that powerful, passionate, vulnerable, let me tell you my painful story, what it was like, what happened, and what it's like now. And so you can, because my listeners are in that what it's like, that first phase, like they're in that painful place to where they haven't found a solution yet. And when I tell them that what it was like, what happened, and what it's like now, story selling structure, that heroic journey story, I unlock, I unlock a connection between me and my viewer that nobody else has with them, because everybody else is out there, everybody else is pointing and doing all this other stuff. Right. And that's cool. That works to a certain extent. it gets you started. You know, the pointing and the music and the trends and so forth, that gets you started. That gets you kind of from that kind of that zero to like that level 1 or 2. But to take it to the next level, you have to begin to build your brand identity.
Exactly. That's what I'm working on now. Exactly.
You understand?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. Is like I said, I think I've been fairly successful with the pointing, with the driving traffic, which having all that. But now I'm at like, okay, now what? And that's where I go more to the point where I think that one thing I'm going to be able to offer to potential clients is not only getting them started with affiliate marketing, but building their brand and building an omnipresent via a website and learning how to host and learning how to build your business and operating from one centralized website hub. You know?
Yeah, well, you have a lot to offer. I mean, just like the majority of us have a lot to offer. It's just kind of like that life-changing product that I said that so many people have invented, or the skills that they have, but they don't know how to market it, so it just sits on the shelf or it stays inside of them. You have a lot that you could package and offer, both as an affiliate and also as your own course creator, coach, or running your own events, virtual or live. The kind of core 4 that we teach here. You have a lot of knowledge and a lot of information that you could charge for and easily, and this is not a guarantee of income, but easily generate a 6-figure income. I mean, that's the starting point for you based on what you know and how you could add value to other people's lives. That's not the problem. The challenge for you is to dial in that message to attract people to where you become the hunted instead of the hunter. And the way that you do that is, now that you've done the pointing and the musics and the trends, and you've gotten a couple of videos to go viral, and you got a little bit of a list and a little bit of a following, the next step is you need to develop that brand identity, like I said, which is Ruben's own. You want people to be thinking about you. I want to do business with that guy because I relate to his story. He makes me feel comfortable. I trust him, and I know him because he's told his story. I relate to it. He's been where I've been, and this is the guy that I want to connect and work with. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does, because I think that I do resonate with a lot of the people that are in the 9-to-5 grind, because I am a blue collar worker as well. And I do like a lot of people do. I go get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and work 10-hour days and work this Saturday. So I think there is a trust factor in there, that somebody, knows that I'm going through the exact same thing they're doing. I'm waking up sometimes a couple hours earlier or staying up later when everyone's asleep to put the work in to try to accomplish where I'm at.
Yeah.
Or what I'm trying to do. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you are a trustworthy guy, brother, and you are a guy that is worthy of listening to, following, and doing business with, paying premium fees for your knowledge and your advice. And what's most important, in combination with dialing in your message and your brand identity, is continuing to build your belief. Because for you to be able, and this is a challenge for all of us, we have to believe that we are worth a $5,000 price point. The question is, what's your hourly rate? That's a question. It's a mental exercise to say, if somebody asked me to work with them right now for a half a day, what would I say my fee is? And it's a mental exercise to look at, how much do I believe I'm worth? And can I confidently, without hesitation, without laughing, without looking down, looking somebody dead in the eye and say, that'll be $5,000 if you want me for a half a day consulting, right? Because it's a lot of people think that selling high ticket stuff is about the tricks and gimmicks of sales funnels and all this kind of stuff. It's 1,000%. It's what? Well, let me say 1% of it is that. It's the mechanical stuff. 99% is the dynamics. It's the confidence in the belief in yourself and the belief in the conviction that you have when you tell them the price and what it's going to do for them. And then not have to act desperate, not have to beg. Just say, this is what it is. If you want it or not, if you don't, there's other people out there who will be willing to pay that. That's the next level of building you in your business and your brand. What's coming up for you as I say that?
What's coming up for me?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna continue to go through the process of what I've already built. I'm going to I'm in the process of writing an ebook to use as a lead magnet to sort of help give more resources. And of course,
Sure.
I'm building a website all about affiliate marketing. So my goal now is just to continue to drive forward in the community. I can't talk enough about how much help that I'm getting just with you spitting knowledge today, and just everybody that is just I'm getting all the help I can, and I want to in turn help people as well doing that. But my end game is I know everyone says this and everyone's familiar with Calvin Hill, you know, but that's sort of I think that's sort of how my direction is going to go, because he talks a lot about the WordPress site. He talks a lot about doing the SEO and being out there. So I think my long-term game is going to be the affiliate marketing niche to make money online, of course, but broadening it out a little bit more
Yeah.
with the website and SEO, and helping people not only start affiliate marketing business via the 15-day business challenge, but also build their brand, build their business.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's my goal.
well, brother, the sky is the limit, and we're here to help. And take what we talked about today, put it into action, come back, and let's keep
Anytime.
working on it. Let's
Yeah,
keep
absolutely.
clarifying the questions that you have. And see, sometimes it's just, and this is the power of, you know, call it coaching, mentorship, feedback, whatever you want. But sometimes a quick conversation, little bit of feedback, little bit of perspective can make all the difference in the world to give you the clarity that you need to now
It really
know,
does.
the
Yeah,
focus that you
there's
need to
there's
have.
there's there's other people that I've talked to that's in the same space, and just a little bit of feedback that they gave me on what I'm doing, not necessarily wrong or I'm doing right, but the feedback has been huge.
Yeah.
For me, and that really helps. Just like today, I'm taking away so much information, taking away so much knowledge that's going to help me moving forward. And I just know after this, a lot of people are going to reach out to me and say, hey, I seen you on the show, this is what I think, or this, and that's only going to help, because lots of times when I first came into this space, you'd hear people saying that I just want to help people, I really want to help people. And at the beginning you think they're probably not genuine, they're just saying that. But really, this community, your community that you built, that we're a part of, really does help. We reach out, and in turn, I built that mentality. I'm not just saying I
Yeah.
want to help you, but really meaning it. I mean, who would have thought? Shit, I really mean it. Because the changes it's making in my life, and
Yeah.
everyone says this, and it sounds cliche, and you're like, yeah, whatever. But the changes it's making in my life, I'm like, bet I want to have it. I want you to have that. Shit, man,
Yeah.
for real. And I'm
Yeah.
genuine about it. I'm being honest. I'm not
Sure.
just saying that. It's crazy.
Well, and I mean, people can tell when you're genuine and when you're not. And
Right.
I feel your genuineness. And it's also, the beautiful thing is, the more value that we add, the more we attract income into our life. We
Right.
give, we have to deliver value and then ask somebody to do
Right.
something. So I'm going to give you this value. I'm genuinely here to help. And if you want more, then go check out my course, right? Or if you want one, and that's where we
Exactly.
have to blend, giving value, but not becoming just people pleasers, right? Because that was a lot of what you were talking about in the beginning of the show was, I've done so much for so many people that now it's my time. Well, the
Yeah.
secret and the formula for taking this business and blowing it up to the moon is, you know, doing whatever I got to do to get my business off the ground, which you've done, the pointing, the trends, the music, the
Right.
TikTok, viral videos, but then developing that brand identity and adding value, telling your story, and giving invitations and recommendations for people to come and get more from you by
Absolutely.
following your recommendations, buying your courses, going in and taking your recommendations for the products that you're promoting. So, look, brother, you're on the path. You got the passion too. You got the excitement about it. You're open and humble and willing to take the feedback. And I appreciate you being so open for the feedback, because it's helped a lot of people on the show today as well who were just listening in. So I'm
Well,
sure everybody is very grateful for you
thank you.
being,
Thank you.
so willing and have taken action that we can actually give you feedback on.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you for that, Dave. I feel a lot better. I mean, I didn't know what to think coming into this, of course, a
Sure.
little nervous, but I feel comfortable with the way this has went, and just the fact that you were able to bring out what was inside of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that resonates with people just being genuine and just trying to do the right thing and trying to just push forward.
Yeah. Well, keep up the great work. All right, brother. Have a great Friday. Thanks for sharing your time with us. Okay. Come back and see us
Absolutely.
here in a
Absolutely.
couple of months. And let me know if there's any other ways I can help. Okay, buddy?
All right, Dave. Thanks for having me.
All right. See you, Ruben. All right, my friends, go follow this man, Ruben Hernandez J1 on TikTok. Get connected, right? Lift the man up. Give him some comments. Give him some likes. Give him some feedback. Reach out. All right. That's what this is all about. It's about lifting each other up, supporting each other's ventures and businesses. We'll be back for another episode, as always, on Monday. Have a fantastic Friday, a legendary weekend. Get out of here, change the world. Start by changing yourself first. All right. We'll talk to you on Monday. Peace.